asking my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find.
Coach, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints.
Here we go. Now the Wolf. Flare.
A first carry now for Alex Collins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards, the final tally.
Ready. 58 to Mike. Three buzz.
Jackson from the shotgun. He completes it to Boyd. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd down, this is Collins. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it.
I got it.
The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 180. Yeah, I got you. Check three. This is done.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Throwing on 2nd down, Wentz, and nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
From the 27, Jackson. That's complete. It's Collins. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Josh Morrow busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Tight is right. Hey, 4 down.
Throwing is Jackson. And his pass incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Wentz now to throw. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start...
Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. And this defense looking like they have come to play. The pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This is fielded at the goal line. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Wentz. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. A nice run on 1st down. Gets him 6 yards to the 31. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw is Jackson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Kyle Van Noy gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jackson airing one out for Boyd. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Oh, good move. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz, and he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Here we go. 180! Combo! In your... France! What's this on?
Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Wentz going to throw. He completes it to Wilson.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
For the field goal, a 45-yard attempt.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. And down inside the 15 he goes. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The tackle there by John Johnson. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the carry, it's Chubb. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Play action. Now Wentz. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Jerry Hughes in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And Lutz puts this one through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out that just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. It's caught at the 10. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Now it's Jackson. It's complete to Fuller. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Dallas. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Now a pass here caught by Edelman. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And he fires one that's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On 2nd and 10, Jackson. He's got Fuller. Touchdown, Cowboys. Will Fuller, 35 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 29-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
I don't think you got it.
Wentz. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his 2nd there. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Working from the gun, Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. To change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Jackson. He completes it to Boyd. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Let's go, D.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely 1 play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The final shot before half for Wentz. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it now. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 44, Wentz, throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Chubb with a carry on 1st down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's 2nd down. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 18.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
From the red zone now, Wentz. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Kill.
They'll give it to Chubb. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Chubb. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
You got nothing.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for no. And he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Jackson now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Now it's Jackson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. This is Collins on the toss. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. This is Collins on the handoff. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
A gain of 14.
Man left.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2.
Check.
Brings up 2nd and 8. At the Saints' 26-yard line.
On 2nd down, Collins. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2, now third down. On third down, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
All day, baby. Let's get this.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They coming off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up and getting the ball right back, momentum may be shifting in their favor.
Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
We own them.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. You're watching the...
Check.
Wentz now on 1st down. Caught by Wilson. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Shotgun now for Wentz. Drops it off for Chubb.
Let's go.
Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz, and he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Again, it's Wentz. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. That'll bring up 4th down after back-to-back-to-back 3-yard pickups. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Wentz going to throw. He's got his tight end, Oliver. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Now a pass here caught by Edelman, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 2 yards, good enough for a first. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
At the 13-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They run. Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll run with Chubb. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Wentz now to throw. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Christian Kirksey in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
4th and goal.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Running for it, here's Chubb. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And it'll be a turnover on downs. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
3 bud. Go.
And again, it's Collins. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here to have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Collins. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now a give to Collins. Looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and that's it. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
First down, Cowboys.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl. And as they take that knee, you can hear a pin drop in this stadium right now, partner.
I'd say you could hear a pin drop except for one thing. You're hearing a lot of people on cell phones right now calling and saying, cancel my reservation, because this crowd thought they were going to the Super Bowl. They had trips planned, hotels, reservations, the whole deal. That's all wiped out now.
Tonight,